This is Teal Swan.
Hello everybody, time for update time. If you didn't
She's an
notice,
influencer and spiritual teacher who says some of her videos on mental health save lives.
It makes it so that suicide can be our safety net or our reset button that's always available to us.
I've immersed myself in Teal's world and met the people who say she has shattered theirs.
You would have to convince me otherwise that Teal's teachings did not play a significant role in the mind of our daughter when she took her life.
Teal Swan calls herself a personal transformation revolutionary.
The reason that I'm calling myself a revolutionary of sorts is that I don't fit in with any of the methodologies that exist today. I'm a game changer.
She's built a huge online following. Her YouTube channel has over 78 million views. It's made her money. Many of her videos have advertising. She also takes her teachings on the road,
if you didn't notice, I'm in the city of Chicago.
holding workshops across America and Europe with tickets going for up to $200. I went to Chicago to see one.
They're the person that we all came to see. Welcome to you on stage.
So it's just the start of the evening with Teal, and I've been told that it's likely to last around 6 hours. And during that time, Teal will read the room and select people to come up on stage and basically tell them what she thinks is happening in their lives.
How about that? Whoa.
But before she does that, an exercise.
The first thing that I want you to do is to close your eyes. Okay, I want you to imagine that you changed nothing about your life. Absolutely nothing, nothing at all. Now see yourself in 2 years. Right, now go 15 years. Now we're going to do something interesting. We're going to go to your deathbed. Let's pretend
She says
that
the
everybody
point of
died.
doing this is to reflect on whether we're living our best lives. But Teal's been accused of being preoccupied with death and suicide in particular. She says she's helping destigmatize difficult topics.
What's happening when I'm talking in my video series about all of these very vulnerable, very deep, intimate subjects is that people feel as if somebody sees them, somebody gets me, somebody's giving me some real answers here.
Who's feeling brave next?
I really believe in what Teal is doing. I think she's changing the world. I wanted to see if this person was like an actual, real deal, like genius.
She seems like she's very open-minded and exceptionally perceptive.
For many, it's Teal's videos that have drawn them here. Videos like this.
What suicide is pushing the reset button. It's not a good or bad decision in and of itself. You cannot say that suicide is wrong without also saying that death is wrong.
She says viewing suicide as an option allows people to set the idea aside and focus on feeling better. Teal insists she's helping people, and some of her advice is mainstream.
What can I do in these 5 minutes that makes me feel a tiny bit better? You have to express the way you feel in any way that calls to you. Some people prefer to sing, some people prefer to yell it out. It is so incredibly critical to involve other people in that particular process.
Teal believes in reincarnation. In one exercise, she tells viewers to imagine their deaths.
So let yourself physically give up on life by falling on the floor.
According to Teal, this will make people see that there's nowhere to go from death but back to life. So why leave? In a Google video search on terms related to suicide, that film came up as one of the top results with more than 230,000 views. I wanted to know if any of what she's saying could be harmful.
When she said, visualize yourself, how you're going to kill yourself, I think that's the most problematic of many of the things that she said that are problematic, because she is telling you to rehearse your suicide. She's got these ideas that in her mind are only helpful, but for others could be really dangerous.
But Teal contests this.
Rehearsing, which is suicidal ideation, right, is a subconscious process. If you make that process conscious, then you can go to a different place with it.
She says this will result in a more positive outcome. Teal has a closed Facebook group with more than 27,000 members. I joined it and saw dozens of posts from people saying they felt suicidal. We know of 2 such people who went on to take their lives. One of them was this 18-year-old. Her mum says she was a talented artist,
She had a gift for lighting.
drawing on paper and online.
Eyes were always like extraordinary. I know everybody thinks that maybe their child is an artist, but she really was.
She shared this drawing she'd done of Teal in the Facebook group. Later, when she was struggling with a breakup, she posted about a suicide attempt and included a picture of a woman holding her fingers to her head like a gun. In response, one of the group's volunteer moderators referred her to Teal's video, the one that suggests people imagine their deaths. Her mother had no idea she'd been suicidal until 2 weeks later, when she shot herself. Now every day brings reminders.
There's the day that your child took their life, and Mother's Day, and there's Father's Day, and some of the most joyous days of your life become some of the most challenged days.
After her death, she trawled her daughter's social media and saw her posts on Teal's Facebook group. What did you think of the responses to your daughter's post that she had tried to end her own life?
I can't even believe that when you're in a group of people to pass along a video of that nature, that's the tool that you think will help someone when they're in that phase of their life. Well, I believe that there were more than one undercurrent happening in the life of our daughter. You would have to convince me otherwise that Teal's teachings did not play a significant role in the mind of our daughter when she took her life.
But when I spoke to Teal in Chicago, she said she's the reason more people haven't taken their lives. What do you say to people who accuse you of encouraging suicide?
That's pretty funny. It's really funny to me that you can tell somebody who was suicidal for years, who does videos on what to do if you're suicidal, right? How to pull yourself out of it, and what to do if somebody around you is suicidal. To call them a proponent of suicide is ridiculous.
Well, certainly on your Facebook page, there have been at least 2 quite young people that have taken their own lives.
I'm not aware of them. If you look at the demographic of people who are interested in my type of material, you're working with an unstable group of people already, a very large following that I have. The fact that I am now responsible for suicide in people who came to me suicidal, that's pretty insane too, to say that towards anyone.
We'll never know if anyone who took their life did so because they were influenced by Teal's teachings. And there are people who say that she's helped them when they felt suicidal. Since our interview, Teal's recorded another video on this topic.
There's been a lot of confusion and misconception about my stance on suicide. To be crystal clear, I'm against suicide.
Later, in a statement, Teal told us that any suicide is a tragedy and we send our deepest condolences to this young woman's family. She also added that many mental health professionals support my teachings. The charities and experts I spoke to said it can be helpful to have discussions about suicide, but they're worried about the way Teal's going about it and where her ideas are being shared.
If you're suicidal and you go onto a forum and everybody is suicidal, everybody's posting about being suicidal, then it normalizes being suicidal. And so I think social media platforms have an enormous responsibility.
In response to our investigation, Facebook took down Teal's private group. They told us that their specially trained teams do allow some content which expresses an intention towards suicide as an opportunity for someone to respond to what may be a cry for help. However, they said, we do not allow content which directly promotes or encourages suicide or self-harm. That's why we have removed the Teal Swan group. But already Teal's fans have started a new group with similar content. While it's not administered by Teal, at least one senior person from her management team is a member. YouTube have told us that they have a clear policy that prohibits content promoting self-harm. And as a result of our reporting, they have removed the video where Teal advises people to imagine their deaths. But it is still up on at least one other person's channel and has been shared within the new Facebook group. And that just shows how difficult it is to monitor groups and content like this.
There have always been people offering treatments that differ from mainstream medicine. The difference is that now, with the power of social media, they're able to reach millions. And the question is, who regulates that?
Because when it comes to this sort of content, the stakes are high.
Life is something that is precious, not something that has a reset button, where if you're not happy with the way that things are today, that you can have a new tomorrow. A decision like that, which we're now living, will affect their loved ones for the rest of their life.